what do we got here? Oh, we got the sound up. Okay, let's do this. Hello, people. Another beautiful day or night. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Microsoft bringing their games to Sony and Nintendo is all about this. Crossplay. For those people that talking about Xbox is doomed and Xbox is dead, they're behind. They're really behind it. Like Phil Spencer said, sales ain't the end all be all to video games. So Microsoft bringing their games to PC, Mac, Linux, Nintendo, Sony. It's all about crossplay. Okay. Microsoft putting Minecraft on multiple console. It's all about crossplay. Microsoft buying ZeniMax Bethesda, buying Activision Blizzard. It's all pertaining to crossplay. They're still going to be making consoles, but what it is that they putting their games on the competition's platform. It's all about the beginning of crossplay. Okay, that's what all this comes down to. Okay, so it has nothing to do with them losing the console war. It's not about them losing the console war. The console wars is over. It's all about now playing together now as one cohesive unit. So it's really about crossplay, you know. So Microsoft giving Nintendo the Sea of Thieves, and then also giving out those 10-year contracts to Nintendo, Ubisoft, Boosteroid, all those streaming service. It's all about crossplay. It's all about this crossplay. Remember Sea of Thieves that the PlayStation fans were laughing at? They're playing Sea of Thieves on our PlayStation. Yeah. It's going to be the same on Nintendo's platform. Okay. They have the infrastructure and the network to do it, so it's all about crossplay. That's what this is all about. Okay. Nothing else. Okay. You know, during the Activision court case, you know, they used that as a topology, you know, to get going, you know, instead of sitting there waiting on the judge to like make a decision. They were giving out 10-year contracts, you know, and they knew. And when they bought Activision Blizzard, they knew, you know, that okay, they got to keep Call of Duty on every platform. So that's what they did. They were giving out those 10-year contracts. So when the Switch 2 come out, you'll see some Microsoft games on Nintendo's platform. So you might see the Halo Master Chief Collection on PlayStation. It's also going to be on Xbox with Game Pass. It's also going to be on Nintendo's. Yeah, it's all about crossplay. That's what all this is. It's going to be on Mac in the clouds and also Linux. Yeah, crossplay. That's what this is. That's what the whole Activision court case was about. Was about crossplay. You know, we've been talking about sales and exclusives for years. Okay, it's getting boring now. It's time to talk about something new. Crossplay. Okay, and Sony had a chance to do that too. To do it first, but they were only focusing on PC. They had a chance to bring Spider-Man to Xbox. They didn't do it. They had a chance. They had a chance to even bring it to Nintendo, but they didn't do it. So Microsoft saw that as an opportunity, like okay, to grow the Xbox ecosystem by capitalizing off Sony's mistake. So when you saw them bringing their games to different platforms, they got the whole trend started with crossplay. Even when you saw Minecraft on all these platforms, it's all about crossplay. Yeah. So you know, I see people talking about, you know, my PlayStation is an Xbox. No, it's about crossplay. It's about having people playing the same game, you know, on different platforms. You know, you could be on your Xbox playing a PlayStation user, saying in Halo, or you can be on your Xbox playing a Nintendo user saying Halo, or be on Xbox playing like a Linux user or a Mac user in Halo. It's all about crossplay, man. That's what it's all about. So, the video game industry is bigger than sales and exclusives. There's more to video games than just sales. So, it's all about playing together now. Bringing it all together. So, this whole Microsoft bringing Sea of Thieves to PlayStation, and now Nintendo. It's all about cross play. Yeah. Game Pass is going to be Game Pass. They're still going to bring games to Game Pass, and Xbox still going to be making consoles. Nintendo's still going to be making consoles. Sony's still going to be making console. But it's all about crossplay now. You can't, Sony and Nintendo can't turn a blind eye to crossplay now. Okay, can't turn a blind eye. Gamers can pick whatever platform they want to play on and play against another gamer, other gamers on their console of their choice, whether it's a Nintendo and Sony, whether it's Linux or Mac. It's all about this cross play. So Microsoft really, I would say, checkmated the game industry. They saw the opportunity and they went straight for it. They're like, okay, we can grow Xbox this way, and it's working. Sony's still gonna be selling consoles. Nintendo's still gonna be selling console. Xbox still gonna be selling console. But the main reason why Microsoft is bringing their games to other people's platform is because of crossplay. Like Phil Spencer said in an article, he's done trying. He's not going to try to bring PlayStation fans to Xbox. He's more focused on this crossplay. Yeah. So that's what the game industry is about now. We've been talking about sales and exclusives for years. It's getting boring now. Okay. Nintendo can get exclusives if they want to. Sony can get exclusives if they want to. Microsoft can get exclusives if they want to. But now it's about this cross play, and that's what the whole Activision court case was about. Even though the FTC and the UK was trying to say it's the lesson of competition. Competition wasn't lessened by Activision, by Microsoft purchasing Activision. Activision was on a first come first serve. Whoever had the money could get them. Microsoft jumped at it. They saw it, they went for it, and it's solidified Game Pass now. So they were like, okay, we got Game Pass off the ground. We got Xbox Cloud gaming up and running. Okay, now it's time to branch out. Instead of being isolated, talking about this console is better than this console, it's like, okay, we got to start playing together now. Crossplay. So don't be surprised when you see Sea of Thieves on the Nintendo Switch too. Okay, like Phil Spencer said, no, he was happy with working with Sony and Nintendo, so they're bringing other games to those platforms, and that's what it comes. And this is what it comes down to. Cross play. Yeah. Whether you're on Mac, whether you're on Linux, Xbox, Sony, Nintendo. Yeah. It's all about crossplay now, so yeah. The console wars is over, It's really over, Microsoft, is a $3 trillion company. It's a $3 trillion company, so and they got the Windows machine with them, so yeah, this is what it's all about now. Crossplay. Mac gamers can play Xbox games through the cloud. Yeah, Linux gamers can play Xbox games. Who's this? Nintendo? They're going to be playing Xbox games. Sony has our Sea of Thieves, and they're getting our Forza Horizon 5. And then I just did a Steam Deck news a minute ago. They're talking about during the state of play. Hellblade wasn't mentioned, but Hellblade is coming to PlayStation. So it's all about crossplay, man. It ain't about sales anymore, you know. If Nintendo wants to sell a console, they can. If Sony wants to sell a console, they can. If Microsoft wants to sell consoles, they can. If Mac want to sell computers, they can. If Linux want to sell computers plus the Steam Deck, they can. It's all about this now. This is the future of gaming, cross-play. Okay, everybody's gonna get their games and they're exclusive, but now we gotta start playing together, you know. So yeah, so that's what they were alluding to, you know, when the whole Activision thing was going down. You know, me personally, when they put Ori on the Nintendo Switch, I kind of didn't see it a little bit. I didn't see it, and I looked at it again. I'm like, oh, they're doing the same thing that they did with Minecraft. Got Minecraft on all the platforms. They got Call of Duty on all the platforms. Yeah, it's all about this now. Okay, whatever console you decide to play on, whether it's Xbox, you can play against a Nintendo console or a Sony player, Linux or Mac. Crossplay. Yeah, Microsoft has checkmated the video game industry, man. So yeah, you know, and they're having success with them bringing their games to other. They're having success. You know, they're having success with bringing their games to the competition platform. You know, yeah, they are. You know, but they're more focused on this cross play. So yeah, about a week or two ago, they were talking about a new Xbox console coming. Yeah, Sony's talking about the PlayStation 6. Yep. So new consoles are coming, but this is the focus now. So they're trying to get it started with, you know, people playing together. You know, so yeah, Sony could have really capitalized on that. You know, they should have jumped at it, but I guess they didn't see any. I guess they didn't see it, so Microsoft said, okay, we'll get it going. And they start off with Minecraft. And now they start bringing other games to, you know, so yeah. So for those people now that are saying like, oh, you know, Xbox has no games. Can't say that anymore. You're playing them whether you're on PlayStation or whether you're on Nintendo, whether you're on Linux, whether you're on Mac. Yeah. I tried it when they bought ZeniMax Bethesda. I was like, oh, it's a Game Pass world and we're just living in it. I said the entire world is running on Windows, which it is, but the video game industry now runs through Microsoft now that they bought Activision Blizzard. And when they said, you know, when they talked about bringing Call of Duty to other platform, they were alluding to this cross-play. Okay, they're still going to be here, you know, still going to be here, still going to be making console, but they're more focused on this, you know. So they beat Sony and Nintendo to it, you know, to the whole cross-play thing, you know. Sony and Nintendo try to act all standoffish, but Microsoft went head first at it. They start off with Minecraft, and then now they're like, okay, all hands on deck now. So it's like, okay, everybody can play Xbox games. Okay, they even put their Xbox games on TVs now. All you need is a controller and what's that? Samsung and LG TV. Yeah, cross play. Yeah, so I made this diagram yesterday, but I got an understanding of what they're really trying to do, you know. So yeah, it's all about crossplay now, man. I mean, talking about sales and exclusive now is like, to me, I mean, talking about sales all the time, like, you know, it's like it's like water under the bridge now, you know. Yeah. So it's all about PlayStation fans on their console playing against an Xbox player. Xbox players in, say, Halo or Sea of Thieves, and PlayStation fans can be on their PlayStation console playing with Nintendo fans on their Switch console in Sea of Thieves. It's all about crossplay. Yeah. The same goes for Mac and Linux. So that's what this comes down to. This crossplay. Yeah. So yeah, that's what they're more focused on now. They're not even. They got games. They got plenty of games. They got games that are being made. I remember when Sea of Thieves came out. I remember. I think it was GameSpot, IGN, the Nintendo fans, and Sony PlayStation fan was bashing Microsoft over Sea of Thieves. But little did they know that one day they will be playing that game on their console. I guess they didn't see it. And when Microsoft bought ZeniMax Bethesda, they gave you a taste of Minecraft, but once they got Activision Blizzard, man, it became clear. So what they did was a checkmate, so they started dishing their games out on other people's platforms now, so they're really trying to get this crossplay thing going, having people playing together, so yeah. That's what it's about, man. So yeah. PlayStation fans are playing Sea of Thieves. They're gonna be playing Season 15, but now they're playing Forza Horizon 5. Yeah. So they're probably gonna be playing. They're gonna be playing Hellblade and There's another game that was coming too. If I can pull that article up. So yeah. It's all about crossplay now. Console manufacturers now can't be standoffish now. They gotta be behind this whole crossplay, and that will keep it competitive, because you're on your, say, Nintendo console, PlayStation console, playing against these guys, or playing against, it's all about this crossplay. Yeah. So it was a good move on their part too, though. It was a good move. Good for them to execute on the idea, follow through on it, instead of sitting there talking about sales and exclusive, so let's take Final Fantasy Online. A PlayStation player or a Nintendo player could be playing an Xbox player in Final Fantasy Online, or Mac and Linux users could be playing against Nintendo, Xbox, in Final Fantasy Online. So it's all about crossplay now, So yeah, and it needs to happen too, man. It needs to happen, So all this talking about sales and exclusives and all that is like it gets old and stale now, So it's all about this cross play. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, the Star Wars Star Trek fan. Dark Search. Peace.